12:59, and I think we might be live. We're gonna need someone in the store to get on Facebook.
I'll do that.
And see if there's any working acknowledgement from the customers. We're testing new technology. We have Brett, our wonderful tech, brought in a webcam, a microphone.
Yep, there.
We got it going.
You are there.
Is it working?
It's working.
Can everyone hear us?
Beginning this live.
Can everyone hear us?
Is anyone there? We might be early.
Oh, good. All
no.
right.
Does anybody hear us?
Yep, here we are. Say something.
Hello.
Simple
Joyce
beginnings
is hearing
measure here.
us.
Watch videos on the big screen. Follow quick beginnings. See more of those posts.
Well, it's about time for the
Where?
real show to start. Just about.
I know, we're trying to figure out, are we really here?
Okay.
Where are we?
All right.
This is what we do when we're behind the scenes. We answer the phone. Oh, Katie's got
The
it.
technology's working, so
Yes.
you two take
Yay.
over.
Are we looking at you now?
You're looking at the camera.
Oh, that's the camera and the microphone?
That's the camera.
Brett
That's
is
the
behind
camera.
our fearless tech.
Okay,
Brett.
so we don't know what we're doing clearly, but we're trying to give you better sound. Are you getting better sound?
Let us know if they get better sound there, Brett.
Shelley Buffington says yes.
All
Yay!
right.
Hi,
ladies.
Shelly. Okay, this is weird because now Brett is our translator, so we don't get to see all your names pop up, which will probably make it a lot less entertaining because I won't be doing my romper room. Hi, Shelly. Hi, Judy. Hi, everybody. So I'll just say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. We miss you all.
All right, so we're gonna do AccuQuilt today.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So we were supposed to start in the AccuQuilt area, but we were dealing
have it
with
ready. I have it
okay.
all ready.
All right, so we're gonna go for a
Follow
walk.
us,
Come with
follow
us.
We're so grateful to have Brett doing our filming for us.
Actually, we're
today.
so happy to have all of you. Do you like seeing the back of us? Is it really fun?
I know.
Here we are.
Can you see us?
Does it work?
It's working.
Oh, all right. Okay, we're like, we don't know what we're doing. Clearly,
We can't see.
we
what's
are
going on.
complete amateurs about all of this. So I'm gonna turn it over to you,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna step out of the way.
All right.
All right,
I'm
go
so
for it.
excited to be here today, and for all of you who are in my AccuQuilt Club. So I miss you all. I miss all of our customers, and so we're so glad to have this little window to keep in touch and to kind of see each other. So Kathy did her demo with the triangle paper on Wednesday, I believe. So
she's still videos low.
is it okay? So can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, he's got long arms. They're going to get tired. Anyways, Kathy did her triangle paper, and so it's my turn to do AccuQuilt. So she loves the triangle paper, and I love doing the AccuQuilt. And I know those of you who have AccuQuilt cutters love it too. So for those who aren't familiar with AccuQuilt, we have our cube, and the cube has 8 different dies that you can make virtually everything. We have a quilt over here that we've done every block, 72 different blocks, just by using these 8 dies. So, yep, here she comes. There she is. So beautiful. Your points are perfect. So if you used to hate half square triangles, flying geese, things like that, you have no longer any need to fear. So in this little cube right here, my die number 3 is a 4-inch finished half square triangle, and it looks like this. I'm looking at you, Brett, instead of the camera. So anyways, you can see here that it's a 2-tone foam for those of you who are not familiar with AccuQuilt. So what you do is you look at this image here. There are actually 2 half square triangles on this die. The blades are embedded, so you can't cut yourself on them, but it will certainly cut your fabric for you. So what all you need to do is, I can kind of measure. Can you guys see me?
Mhm.
I can measure my image on here. So it's about 4 3/4. So if I cut my strip of fabric about half an inch bigger, which would give me 5 1/4 inches, that would give me ease of use. So unless you guys, I just want to clarify, if you love cutting out 4 7/8 inch strips accurately, like lots of them, I'm not judging you, but I like to listen to music and audiobooks and stuff, so I don't even have to think about this. As long as my fabric is covering my image, I just go to it. It's pretty mindless. So on your die, there is a, can you see that? there is a label. There's a label right here, and that is where you want to put your straight grain. So here is my straight grain of fabric. I've already cut them 5 1/4 inches wide, and so here is my half square triangle. I have my right sides together. I have a light and I have a dark, and I'm putting them together, right sides together. And you can kind of hear it with my straight grain. It's a tight pitch. If I do the cross grain, which was what we normally cut from selvage to selvage, it's a deeper pitch. So we want to use the higher pitch, and I'm just going to put it towards my label. So I have my label here, I have my straight grain right here, and then so what I'm going to do is now that I know it goes this direction, now I'm going to align it with my shape. You can see that it's not on there straight, it's kind of at an angle, and the reason for that is so that it will get the best cut possible for you, okay? So I'm just going to put it right across there. You can't see my image anymore, so that's 2 layers, right? They're right sides together. And for those of you who are in my AccuQuilt Club, how many layers can we cut at the same time? 6! That's right, that's right, 6 layers. So I am layering right now. I don't know if you can see this or not because it's kind of hard to get that all done around, but it's since they're 2 together, since I have 2 layers together, I'm just going to put 6, 2, 4, 6. Oops, I guess I better not use my ruler as a as a mat. No, that won't work. But in this cube, you do get a mat that comes with your dies, and it just goes right on top here. So now I'm going to move right over here to our Go Big. I already have it plugged in and turned on. I love this machine because I can just put my dies in. It's a nice space here. This is their biggest cutter, so you can put any of their dies through it. And then you can, I can actually put 2 dies if I wanted to, so you can really go to town. Since there are 2 shapes on this die, 2 triangle shapes, I have 6 layers of fabric, so that gives me 12 sets, 12 triangles, so 6 sets. So I'm going to push this through. Now I can just walk away, have my coffee, really get into my book if I want to, sing a song. I can iron my fabric or whatever, but it just cut it for me. That's all there is to it. So now, because there's static electricity that kind of built up, you can give it some loving, like they say, or I just kind of press and twist and pull it off. Otherwise, it would kind of separate and make a mess, but look how gorgeous this is. So now I have my half square triangles all cut out. And here's the best thing, because AccuQuilt is a compression cutting, they're already ready to go in sets. So look at this, I have 3 sets ready to sew right here. 3 more, so just like that, without doing any fancy math or any concentration whatsoever, I have 6 half square triangle sets cut out and ready to go. And again, because it's compression cutting, I don't even use pins when I sew because they're already pushed together. So what I'm going to do, I'll just show you how it goes. Oops, I guess I better get the right way. Make sure I know which way I'm doing my hands. Okay, I gotta go on the long side. Okay, the other thing I want to show you on this, those little ears that you always have to cut off, they're gone. They're already cut off, so you don't have to really give it a thought. So I'm just gonna sew these together. Oops, this is this beautiful 590. I have one of these at home and I absolutely love it. So here we go, and oops, oh, that's a high knee lift. I'm not quite that, my legs aren't that long. So anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and sew those right together. Whoops, just like this. And then I can, whoop, I'm going crazy here. Okay, okay, so I'm just gonna string piece them together. I'll just do a couple so you can see. Because I understand we're supposed to have a race tomorrow.
Yeah,
Woo,
baby!
okay.
Woo!
This isn't working very good standing up. I think I'm pressing it. Oh, yeah, but just stayed it, I think. Okay, let's see. Yep. All right. Hold on just a minute. This is what happens when you're on live. Oh, that's why, because there's a box in the way. I'll just pull this out. All right, one moment, please. But those of you who are in AccuQuilt Club already know that we do a lot of half square triangles. I used to hate to do half square triangles because they would come out wonky, and you'd have to draw a line on your square, and then you'd have to here's another tip too. Let me show you. Okay, so I like to use a starter when I do this, just because, so your machine won't eat your fabric.
Right.
So if I do,
Another really good idea, if you are, because she's entering with bias edges, is putting on your single hole throat plate.
Yes.
Works really well.
it does. So I can just kind of buzz through here, just like this. So I'm doing six sets of triangles right here because that's what it cut for me. I'm just feeding them through. Whoop. I feel like a driver on a European freeway or something. But same thing with flying geese. I used to hate to do flying geese. There we go. And it's the same thing. They cut out everything for you, so you don't have to draw any lines. You don't have to do like that really scant 1/4 of an inch. You don't have to worry about your pressing. There's nothing to trim. It just comes out perfectly every time. And I love someone who is new to AccuQuilt because when they do their very first block, they are so impressed with themselves because their points are perfect every time. It's just very gratifying. And I've seen such beautiful things come out of our class, our club, and they've been posting and sending different wonderful, I'm going to use the fabulous scissor cutter on here because I can. So now these, I just sewed 6 half square triangles, and
This is my favorite part.
this is the cutting gizmo. If you have an AccuQuilt cutter, you must get one of these because you're going to be able to cut out your whole quilt. I lay them on trays. Usually quilt is bigger, so I use my bigger trays. But then, so all you have to do is just like make all these banners and sew them without any thought. And then you just use this and you just cut them and you're done.
I know. I love that tool.
Yeah,
Do
so-
we have that tool?
Yes, I bought it here at Quilt Beginnings. I
Did
don't know
you?
if anyone I did. I love this
Do you know what? I actually have never seen this used before.
Oh,
I
isn't it
own
awesome?
the store, and I'm like, I want one of these, and we actually have them here.
Yes.
That excites me.
And the other wonderful thing about this, it's actually a really great investment because there is a blade in here. And so what you can do if your blade ever gets dull, which I've had mine a while, not even close to getting dull, but you put the new blade right in here and you push the old blade out and dispose of it and have the new one right there, just like replacing your rotary cutter blade, something like that. But look at these beautiful half square triangles, and it almost makes me want to cry. They're so perfect. But they're so great, really. They are so perfect, and they measure, exactly. Well, of course, I'm backwards on my thing, but they're 4 inches finished. They're a 4-inch finished half square triangle.
So 4.5 now.
4.5, yeah.
Right.
And so it'll finish at 4. So, but I just did 6 of them.
Yes. The part I like the best about it is that the dog ear is actually already cut off. So when you do go to press it open,
There's nothing
this
there.
is
You're
the
done.
advantage for her over my triangle paper. I do think sewing my triangle paper though is really fun to sew in those circles. So, but you end up with really nice results.
She's on another speedway. That's what it is. She's still zoom in. So we're still both zoom in. There's different ways to do half square triangles. You don't have to do the square and draw a line and get really wonky half square triangles anymore. So I
Exactly.
love the AccuQuilt cutter, and if you don't have one and you're interested in one, we just happen to have some in the store. So we have curbside pickup. Just give us a call and I'll put it in your car myself.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
Excellent. So Pam, after I did the conversation yesterday about home maintenance and talked about needle threaders, Pam actually sent me a little note this morning, and she said one thing that she notices is that some of our customers like to turn their hand wheel to try and change the position of their needle before they use their needle threader. And then the needle actually isn't in the proper position for the needle threader to swing in properly. So if you've just changed your needle, or if your needle is broken, or if you're just threading your needle, you don't want to use your hand wheel to get your needle into the upright position. You actually want to push the needle down button once, push the needle down button again, and it'll raise your needle, and that puts it in the appropriate spot for high and low. So that was a good tip that I was
That
like,
is a good
oh,
tip,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's a good one to mention.
Yep.
So, all right, we're going to keep it short and sweet today.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
Yeah, you got anything else?
This is a socially acceptable.
Yeah, this is how we high five each other. Whoa! We are definitely keeping social distance. We have gotten tons of orders. That Constant has been quite popular. I still think I have 1 or 2 twin size left over. I actually came in and cut 4 more queens today and sold 3 of them already. So there's 1 of those left. But anyway, it's been a great a great popular.
Thank you,
thing.
everybody. We miss you and can't wait
Yes.
to be with you
I
again.
know, it's really nice, and I'm really sad. Brett, call out who's on there because I missed saying hi.
Pam Churches is on here.
Hi, Pam.
Barbara Nicole is on
Hi,
here.
Barb.
Bill Partol.
Oh, Bill!
Bartolini.
Hi, Bill.
Katie Bristol. is
Hi,
on here.
Katie.
We have an order for you, Katie.
Sue Perry is on
Hi,
here.
Sue. We have an order for you too.
Yes.
Patty Sperry.
Hi,
Oh,
Patty.
making masks, I know.
Yeah.
Nathan Helsinger.
Hi, Nathan. Bud.
Barbara Nicole.
there she
she's
is.
there. All
Yep.
right.
Oh,
All right. Yeah. All right.
Wall.
That's what. Oh, Marcia, we need our
Marcia.
mirror on the wall. Where's our romper room?
That's right.
Tina Bruggerman.
Our
is
Tina.
here.
Yeah. Hi, Tina.
Florence.
I saw it was on too. I think I saw Libby on there. So yay.
Oh,
Well,
Flo's
anyway.
on there. Flo's on there. Oh, Flo,
Yeah.
we miss you.
I know, Flo. We do miss you.
Thank
So,
you guys
anyway,
all. We love you all.
it's fun. It's almost like being together. Almost. So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow at 1:00. So
For the
see you then.
SmackDown.
Oh yeah, we're doing the SmackDown. It's going to be a race to the finish. She'll probably cut faster, but I'll sew faster.
She is
so,
faster sewer.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's all right. We're going to have fun.
Signing off for now.
Brett's
Bye,
like,
everyone.
Thanks, Brett. I don't know how you do
oh,
that.
16
but I-
minutes.